Never enough. You're more alike than you may realize.
Garradell?
I suppose I'm not quite as deceptive. It's a human trait, rather. I much prefer honesty. Still, watching you kill that poor woman would have been quite the event. Pity.
You did this. All of it.
I lay dormant for centuries until the mage summoned me. The witch's magic, ironically enough, kept me trapped in the very place she sought to protect.
So you decided to integrate?
I'd planned to walk into their little town in the hollowed shell of their priest, and see who they'd prayed to when I showed them true power. I was growing rather tired of hiding. I suppose decimating an entire village was impetuous, in hindsight.
What the hell are you then? Some kind of dragon?
Don't insult me. I am Aziral's firstborn. I witnessed the birth of the dragons. Have I missed their extinction?
Looks that way.
I was imprisoned here by my own creator. The Fire Lord grants free will and then expects one to sacrifice it. History is destined to repeat itself.
If Gandahar left this place, you could have followed.
Gandahar? He escaped because I allowed him to. This prison is bound to my flesh. It was the price of his freedom. A debt that has yet to be repaid.
The heart. He came here to find you.
A demon's bargain. I offered him my flesh, a heart, to allow him to cross the barrier, and in return he would find a way to release me.
With Aziral's power.
Gods cannot be killed, merely spread thin. Aziral lives on in all of his creations. We bear his mark. As long as we live, he cannot be reborn.
He's taken my sister. Aziral's vessel.
Without me, there is no Aziral. Without Aziral, there is no balance.
The dragons, the orcs, they're all but extinct. If Gandahar succeeds, he'll only come for you next.
And I'll be waiting. He may have tricked me out of a piece of flesh, but he hasn't the power to destroy me. His obsession with the Verita has made him weak. I saw through his insecurities the moment we met. It can't be controlled. It brings only decay and destruction.
But the other elements?
Balance is key. Everything in moderation, so spake the gods. But the Verita is hungry. It corrodes everything. You translate its name as truth, but I know it by a different name. Veritatra. The dark truth. It can only be suppressed, never stopped. Even the creators could not master it.
If I can suppress Gandahar's magic, I can stop him. And if your flesh is what let him escape, looks like I'll need some too.
You challenge me, the son of a god?
And your pawn.
You underestimate my remaining power. And I, your ignorance.
Are you all right?
Nalia,
Yes, it's me.
you're so young. You're beautiful.
That's a very cruel joke. Oh. I don't know what to say. My age. Gone?
I feel like I'm looking at a different person.
The curse is gone. Washed away with all its darkness.
I'm sure your magic had nothing to do with it.
Stop that. I told you so.
I've heard of such happenings in stories, fables, but never like this. Never real.
This is hardly the end. It may make a fine story one day, but for now, the work is only beginning.
Where's Aiden?
Resting. He's improving, but still a long way from recovery.
So he's found something else to live for.
It's quite early to say. Though I'm sure I would have lost that chance without you.
Garredel's dead. You were right about him. You should have seen what he looked like under his human facade.
Then the horror is truly over. With the demon gone, the barrier broken.
Was what he said true? About the Verita?
I assume so, knowing what I do about Gandahar. If there is a threat, it must be stopped immediately. Permanently. He abandoned us, sacrificed everyone, all for a lie. The young mage I knew died in this place. I expect it's time to finish it.
Is there anything you could tell me about Garredel's heart?
If he is indeed the son of Azrael, you may be able to use it to shield yourself from the forces Gandahar now controls. But will you know how to wield it?
I know someone who can help.
I hope you can succeed. I pray that you will.
So what's next for you, Nalia?
I suspect I have a new chapter in life waiting ahead.
Actually, I think it's waiting behind you.
What do you... Aiden?
Good luck to you. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
No need to. How you feeling?
Better. But the barrier...
Destroyed with Garredel. You're free now. Everyone is.
The priest...
A demon in human skin. Firstborn of the fire god. And a little long-winded.
And he lived among us all this time. We're lucky to be alive. Without you, we'd all be among the damned.
Everyone's lost something here, Aiden. Take comfort in what remains.
You're right. Thank you. For everything. Can I ever repay you?
Your thanks is enough.
Please, stay. We'll spare no expense. You look tired. Worn.
I appreciate that. But I can't rest until it's finished.
And yet the look in your eyes says different. Your call.
Let me ask you something. Are you planning to stay here, with all the world open to you?
Not forever. But I am needed now. I'll travel when the time's right.
What if I drag you?
Then you'll do it kicking and screaming. Besides, from what I hear, your girls don't compare much to ours.
That's true. You've got something good here, worth living for.
Every day, till they put me in the ground.
Hopefully that won't be anytime soon.
Indeed. May I ask you a question, as someone who appears as well-versed in love? Will I ever be able to get her off my mind?
Not likely, but I'm no expert.
Ladies' man. By the way, do you have my amulet? Not sure how much use it would be, but it has a sentimental value.
Not a scratch on it.
And I thought you were the demon.
This should be fun.
So the priest was behind this all along.
It's a long story. A demon took over his body.
That's so. I heard all sorts of excuses in the army. Good riddance, anyway.
So you're saying I did you a service?
I ain't saying nothing like that. All I'm saying is, well, I've seen people do worse than you did.
From what I hear about you, Rourke, this is about as close to a compliment as I can expect, coming from you.
Don't let it go to your head, son.
Wouldn't dream of it. Time for me to head out anyway.
Well, I guess... yeah, everyone has their path in life. Right then, see ya. As for me, I guess it's time to take the old bow out and finally hunt some of them damn critters. And, well, you know.
What was that?
I said thanks, all right? Damn it. You don't have to yell it for everyone to hear.
Right, Sarge. See you then. It's been interesting, to say the least.
Did you see? The sun's out. My crops is safe.
Lose any?
Not a one.
Maybe this is an omen.
Oh, yeah, that. Thanks. You're all right. You saved my crops. Us too, I guess. Thanks.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Guess you've heard.
Yes! Everything! And you saved Aiden! And everyone! And that witch! And she's not a witch. And oh my gosh!
Calm down. Take a breath and enjoy the moment.
Thanks. I suppose we'll be having a feast tonight. With fires and dancing. Maybe you could stay? We could dance?
Appreciate the offer, but I really should get going.
Oh. Well, I hope to see you again.
I owe you an apology. You've certainly earned my trust, and I'm proud to call you neighbor.
I understand. You people have been through a lot.
You have no idea. But is it true what I've heard? That you're leaving, and the barrier's gone?
True on both accounts.
Well, good luck to you in your endeavors. And if you're ever looking for work, I'm sure you'll have no shortage of it here.
I'll keep that in mind.
Tell me, since you seem to have all the answers. We've never left the swamp. It's all we know. What are we supposed to do now?
Enjoy your life.
Is life meant to be enjoyed?
It's a choice, like anything else.
So what does that mean? Take a vacation?
It means something different for everybody. Everyone chooses their own path. You should take some time to consider yours. Better be worth it. What's this?
My goodness gracious, how can we ever thank you?
Not a problem.
You saved us all from that lying priest and his barrier. Do you know how long it's been since we've been free of that curse?
I know there's something about it in your chronicle.
5 centuries, almost 500 years. No more. Thanks to you, we're all free.
Aiden plans on staying, rebuilding your community. He'd make a fine leader.
You don't say. Is that what he wants to do? It really would make sense, I suppose. I'll have to talk to the people and see how they feel about all this.
I'll be damned if it isn't the man of the hour.
I take it you heard.
Of course I did. To think Garadel deceived us for so long makes me furious. I could relive those years 1,000 times in my mind, and in every one of them, he'd die a worse death than the last. But it's done now. I won't dampen your hour in the sun by dwelling on it.
Don't apologize. I know how much your people suffered.
No, you don't. But now that the barrier's open, perhaps those days are over.
Just take care. Garadel may be dead, but the creatures are still out there.
Don't plan on going out there unless I can help it, but good advice nonetheless.
Hell if it ain't our hero! You know, I never would have thought you being so scrawny and all. But you saved us!
I just did what anyone else would have.
Yeah, sure. Especially that jackass of a husband of mine. Don't you be so modest.
Speaking of Spurious, ease up on him, would you?
Huh? Nah, don't you worry about him. Long as I feed him, he'll be happy.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Marital troubles get you down again?
Oh no. I'm as happy as can be. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's good news.
Oh yes, oh yes. Honey Bumpkin said that if I'm happy, then she is too. She doesn't get angry unless I act like an ungrateful fool, so I'm going to wear a smile and never be unhappy again. Happy, happy, happy.
Looks useful.
You saw much. Tell us. Share your knowledge.
I found the artifact Master Kenneth told me about. It was an ancient demon's heart.
Garadel?
That's right.
Hard to think the world will be missing much. But let's not dwell on the past.
You knew him?
Perhaps in a different time. But what of Gandahar?
Don't see any point in waiting around. We should attack now.
You've done much to prepare. Traveled the world, cut out a demon's heart. But what of yours?
I know I can take him. Kyra needs me.
You're about to do what most men only dream of. Something honorable, for which you will be remembered. Fill yourself with the task at hand. Leave no room for fear of the future.
If this goes wrong, it'll cost my sister her life.
And yours. Yes, all of us share this risk. But we have something else. Duty. Passion. The favor of the god.
What about you, Kisara? What do you want? If there's a chance we'll die together, shouldn't I know a little more about what your motives are here?
The tyranny of Gandahar's regime and his own lust for power threaten all. I love Anton.
Thank you. And until then, what are your plans?
When the time comes, this alliance will extend beyond mere words.
I appreciate that.
You may thank me after he's dead. No. Empty your thoughts. Find your balance. Enter this
I understand.
I'll be watching. May the gods keep you.
And you, Kisara.
Die today, or live to die another.
I think the meaning of life is to overcome. Life without struggle is a life unlived.
Let us hope so.
What do you think, Nortar? You seem to have that quiet, sagely air about you. You must have some thoughts on this.
Take care of our Emperor. Think you can do this without someone watching your back?
Still having doubts?
Your training, I trust. It's your will I'm uncertain of.
Haven't I done enough?
You've done plenty.
I was under the impression we were working as a team. Is this really the time to be burning bridges?
I've seen my people's ashes float through the wind on the fields where they were burned. The young and old alike put to the sword. Swaddling infants dashed against the rocks. It's not easy to look upon your face as that of a friend, knowing how many of you I've cut from groin to throat. I imagine you feel the same. But forgive an old orc his prejudices. You've done well.
I don't plan on quitting this fight, Rogdor. We'll find redemption before the end.
Aye, we will.
While the probability of our survival on this endeavor is slim to non-existent, I'm excited. What do you say? Ready to change the world or die trying?
You're a lot younger than you look at heart, aren't you, Gotarius?
What's anger or resignation to me? Death always looms when you reach my age. A shadow encroaching to shorten your days. It's easier to ignore when you're young, but that will pass. Why not stare it down?
I like the way you think.
Too bad you and I didn't meet in another life. We could share a pint of mead, maybe a wench or two. I spent my spring years so invested in my studies, I hardly learned to enjoy myself until they were past. And I know a thing or two about your women. Such soft skin. Orcish vixens remain my preference, but... well, they have been known to kill their mates in the heat of passion. Well, that's biology. The gods certainly have their taste for... curiosity.
I think I'll take you up on that, if we survive.
I hope for your sake we don't. I'll bet even Darfa could drink you under the table.
Challenge accepted. I better be going. Cold, dark, looks fun.
This is becoming a bit of a routine.
Not if we don't come back.
This isn't the last night we'll ever spend, Speech again, is it?
Don't forget that I'm the sarcastic one here.
Oh, thank you. For everything. But you must go. The fate of Antilor depends on you.
Yeah, I remember. But I was thinking that, you know, if this really is the last time I'll get to see you.
You should stick with the man of action routine. Thinking's never been your strong suit.
Well, see you later, Darfa. Let's hope our luck hasn't run out.
It'll take more than luck this time. Be careful.
I will.
But before you go...
What is it?
Nothing. Let's not ruin the moment.